Hiya pals, how you doing? Welcome to twitch.tv/1030. I'm 1030 and it's a wee sunny day today. Hello folks, welcome in, what's even happening? Just making sure we're all set up. The bubbles have started. The bubbles have started. Here, listen, we're at the start of the stream, right? So if you've got any good news, big or small, let me know what your good news is, please. It's very important. We'll share all this wonderful and brilliant good news. My good news is I just got a bubble blast. And that means I've made about £1.80 and I really value that. So thank you very much, the person who has just subbed, and that person is called MIG Williams. Hello, how's it going, MIG Williams? Welcome in, how's it even going? Thank you very much for 55 months. That's wonderful, thank you very much for that. Jai Hardy, thank you very much for 27 months, look at that, not only that. Bowdy here, you have redeemed a hydrate, and because I've got my shit together, I've actually made some water for me today, so look what's happening. I was thinking about going a wee walk maybe today. Because the sun's out toot toot. Am I right, everybody? The sun is well and truly out. So we can see how it goes. How are you all doing? How's everybody doing? Woke up and did a wee bit of stuff that was on my to-do list. Did I just flash some secret numbers? Maybe I did. Hello folks, Jai Hardy and MIG Williams, thank you very much for resubbing. Rewild, thank you very much for the bits. I'll start at the top. Hello Ride here, hello Beef, hello Beneath the Headphones. Hello Radio Rendell, Caravore, Skywatcher, what's even happening? Base Embrace says get the pressure washer out. Well, I was thinking about getting the pressure washer out, right? However, I'm in a bit of a situation, right? Remember I cut down the big tree in bits. I kind of made an arse of it, right? But let's not worry about that. So I had a lot of garden waste, and I put the garden waste into the garden bin because we've got a dedicated garden bin, right? This was even before the tree. I cut down loads of other stuff, right? And I put it all in the bin, and I sort of mashed it down so that it all fit in the bin. And that was like 3 bin periods ago, right? And so for 3 times the people have came to empty my garden waste bin, but they put it in a bit, right? So it lifts the bin upside down and then puts it back down. And because I've stuffed the bin so full of garden waste, when it gets lifted upside down, the stuff doesn't come out. So 3 times they've emptied the bin, but they haven't actually emptied the bin because exactly the same amount of stuff is in it. So what that means is, they don't check. Hello Kate, how's it going? So my bin's full up, and my garden is just filled with garden waste. Absolutely filled up with garden waste. So if I get the pressure washer out just now, like, it's not going to be good because it's all just like leaves and everything and twigs and bits of shite. So it means I can't pressure wash my garden because of, like, why is everything so difficult? Do you know what I mean? Why is everything so difficult? So we shall not be pressure washing today, unfortunately. What we might do today is try and go into the garden waste bin with like some big secateurs or something like that and try and mash up the inside of all the stuff. However, inside that garden waste bin is lots of dog shit in the wee bags because you're supposed to put that in the garden waste for like fertilisation or something like that. So it just makes things harder than it needs to be. I was going to get like the hedge trimmer and just like stick it in there and be like mash it all up. But because of the aforementioned shit, it's hard being me. It really is. So for all those reasons, Base Embrace, we will not be getting the pressure washer out today. Out on the bike, going from ghastly white to just sickly white with some sun. Carnivore, have a wonderful wee bike ride. Relaxus Max says, I was just about to go into the garden. Hello, Relaxus Max. Hello, Steph Make Stuff, Halric TV, Terrible Clunt. How's it going? Wonderfully see you all in. Cosmotoro Deal Phantos. Hello. Hello, Gary Black. Bally says, just in time as I made a cuppa and a wee square sausage piece. Fucking yes, Bally. You've got it all figured out, man. You've got it all figured out. By the way, see if you like the Starting Soon music. It was made by my mate Paul, and Hal has just put his SoundCloud links in the chat. If you want to follow him. Relaxus Max says, I'm going into the garden, but we'll leave the stream on inside. Alright. Thank you, Relaxus Max. Have a nice time in your garden, okie dokie. Hello, Dave the Train. Pauho says, good news, macaroni and cheese and chips for lunch. Triple whammy. I have just had some tomato soup for my lunch. Made some toast, buttered the toast, had that as a wee side with my soup. Dipped it in. Yum, yum, yum. It was good. Oh, Thorfinn Bloodaxe. Hi, 10:30. Saw you at the Green Wellies stop last week. Was cool to see you in person. Thorfinn Bloodaxe. No way. Seriously? Cool, man. See if ever you see me, feel free to say hello. Because we were so, wow, that's amazing. Cool. I'm going to screenshot that and send it to Pip and Cade. That's amazing. There we go. Send him that. That'll be fun. Got recognised out and about. If anybody sees me out and about, feel free to say hello if you want to, and see if you don't want to as well, it's absolutely fine. So that's when we were doing scouting for filming locations for the Scroobius Pip film. Hello, Gary Black, welcome in. Carnivore says, Tapsaf stream. I think it would be illegal if I did a Tapsaf stream because my body is so sexy that Twitch, I would actually violate the Twitch terms of service, unfortunately. Carnivore says, good news, I'm standing in front of Lidl's fresh baked cakes and donuts. Yes, man. On your bike? It is Tapsaf. Is it Tapsaf? It is Tapsaf. Hello, Kate, welcome in. Hello, Bowdy, Gary Black. Oh, the full gang's in today. Hello. Here's the deal, though, everybody. I've got a wee confession to make. I don't have anything planned at all. Got nothing planned. Been a wee bit busy earlier on. I could talk to you about all of that. That would be cool. We can. I maybe do a power wash simulator. 100%. Use some lard to lubricate the inside of the bin. I could do. Bowdy, you're an overstuffed bin. Base and Brace, I could burn it. Here, we could do a burning stream today. However, we are not going to do a burning stream today because I am respectful of my neighbours, right? And because it's such a sunny day, all my neighbours have got their washing out, drying. And so if I burn stuff in the garden, that's bad etiquette. I have learned. So I'm not going to do that. The machine doesn't give it a sugar. It doesn't give it a sugar, Relaxus Max. It's hellish, man. Do you pay for garden waste there? We don't. Our council want £90 a year for it. I mean, I was going to say I'd be up for paying £90 a year, but I really wouldn't. But what I'd be up for is if they just fucking actually took it away instead of just like suspend my bin upside down and then do absolutely nothing with it. Here's the deal, right? See, in that bin, fair enough, there's lots of branches and stuff that's just all rammed in, right? But the top layer of garden waste on that bin is all leaves. It's all like loose stuff. And after they apparently emptied it, how do we look? All the leaves and stuff are still on the top. And they aren't getting held down with like compression or anything like that. So, I don't know what's happening. I don't know what's happening. I might, the next time the bins are getting emptied, just go out and sit there, man, get a chair. Just sit there. Make sure it's done right. Because I don't have access to a van or anything like that. I can't take this to the tip. And we're getting into quite a situation because I've got tons of garden waste. Oh, and I would rather just not have this problem in the first place. Anyway, but it is what it is. It is what it is. Welcome in, everybody. If you've got any good news, please put your good news in the chat. Surely these shites are dry by now. I mean, they might be dry by now, Base and Brace, but I still don't want to go in with a big, like, fucking... and, like, macerate all the stuff. We'll see how it goes. I rewatched some clips from yesterday. I got carried away, but there are some crackers. Thank you very much for clipping that. It was a lot of fun, and thanks once again, Dando and Kate, for being part of it all. It was fucking dynamite. I really enjoyed playing games again. Remember people used to play games on Twitch? Well, we'll get back into it. I spoke to Zaffer Cakes today, and I'm like, man, you need to get into repo. And still waiting on a reply. But I mean, we were chatting back and forth quite well until I mentioned that, and then he's just dinged it. Weston Bartonshire Council. You've made the list, Weston Bartonshire Council. Terrible Clint says dog shit should go in the domestic refuse, not garden waste. I heard different, Terrible Clint. I heard that your food waste and your dog shit should go in special bags that decompose, and you should put them in the garden waste. That's what I heard. But I might be... Where do you put your food waste? Apparently you're supposed to put that in the garden waste. I don't know. Because it's all getting taken away to make compost or something like that. Shithouse says, also random, but it was me that tagged you in the thing about pissing in the Grand Canyon on. Oh, right, aye, Shithouse, nice one. Cool. I need to get back into TikTok. I don't even think I've got my notifications switched on, but thank you very much. Also, it wasn't pissing, it was... speaking of which, once again, congratulations, Roscoe, for winning that Billy Connolly thing. It's amazing. Hello, Jam Handler, how you doing? Hope you managed to get your hook switch thingy sorted. No, I didn't. I went to bed last night, just on my phone, looking for hook switches for payphones, and I didn't. I haven't managed to get a good solution. So what I was thinking about doing is maybe just modelling something in 3D today using Fusion 360 and trying to print a thing, because I can't be arsed, man. Like looking for hook switches. It's doing my chops in. How could anyone resist saying hi to Pip? That's solid banter, Carivore. Also, Kate was there. Hello, Jest Panda. Good news. I'm making a wee cheese and ham sandwiches. I'm actually getting a lunch today. Jest Panda, you enjoy that. Sounds delightful. You going to melt the cheese a wee bit? Treat yourself. Wee bit of melted cheese. Melted cheese is substantially tastier than other types of cheese. If you notice that, I think I might be getting a delivery from a postie, so I'm going to keep an eye on that just now, who will be bringing the rest of 2 wee seconds. Hello there, that'll be the dogs now barking for about 5-10 minutes. But that there is the postman taking away I should have a button for this, taking away Rachel's posters, because Rachel just sold a lot of posters. And if you want to buy one of the posters, they're fucking cool, man. They look like this. And £5 of every sale goes to Glasgow refugee charity Refuigi, and they're doing good work. And if you want to buy one of the posters, Hal has just put a link in the chat. Highly recommend doing this. It's a really good project. So Rachel's just sold a load of them, and that was the postman coming to collect them to deliver. So if you've bought one of them in the past couple of days, you'll be getting delivered and all of that. What was I saying? Aye, melted cheese is tasty. Let's go jobby chopping. I think we might need to go and do a bit of jobby chopping. The problem of me doing jobby chopping live on stream is, so if you're just joining us, what we're talking about, the garden waste bin's full up to the point that it isn't being emptied. So I need to go and just macerate the insides and chop up all the leaves and branches and stuff that are on the inside. However, if I do that on stream, my house number is painted on the side of the bin. And some of you are psychos. Not a lot of you, right? But enough of you are psychos that I can't, that would be like really unwise if I advertised my house number on stream. So unfortunately, we can't do live stream jobby chopping as much as I would like to, Base Embrace. Chickenander says, are we doing any more co-working streams? Other ones don't work for me, nor Pomodoro or YouTube playlists of music till we focus, but stick them all together in a 10:30 stream and I can get stuff done. Do you know what I did yesterday, Chickenander? Do you know what I did? I had a big lot of work to get through. So I put on the VOD of my co-working stream and I worked along to myself working with the music and stuff. It was really good. How good is Paul's music for doing work? So I sort of body doubled myself in the past and it was good. So I've now got your perspective of what that was like to do. I really enjoyed it. So aye, Chickenander, I'm going to quite soon have loads of stuff to do. I've still got a big list of tasks. One of my tasks for this morning was, I don't think this is a spoiler. I don't think Pip would be too upset if I said this, right? But for Pip's film, right, we need props. So I need to assemble all the props. And one of the props is about 20 grand in cash. I think that's fine that I've said that, because we don't want to spoil the thing. You don't know what the cash is for. It's a film. We're making a film, right? So we need prop cash for the bank heist sequence, right? It's not a bank heist. And so we need 20 grand in cash. And that needs to be prop cash for lots of different reasons. Primarily, like none of us have got 20 grand. Well, I'm speaking for myself. So it needs to be prop cash. So today, I was scouting different places that make realistic banknotes for use in television and film production. And there's all sorts of things that you need to worry about when you're buying all of that. So today I almost bought 20 grand's worth of fake cash off the internet. I sent it to Pip and he's like, just wait, hold off the now, because of various things. But right, here's something I spotted when I was looking for fake cash. All the places that do it don't do Scottish money. There's an anti-Scottish bias in all these prop houses that will sell you fake cash. It's all Queen Face or the Sausage Man that's on the cash. And we're making a Scottish film. And I want like fucking otters and stuff on my fake cash, because that's what's on our banknotes. Look, man, we've got fucking otters on our banknotes. You know what I mean? And women, eh? Because like, I'm not saying Scotland's like better, but like what kind of better. So look, we red squirrels on our banknotes, man. Like that. A lot of yous maybe haven't seen a Scottish banknote. We've got wee red squirrels. We've got fucking women. Do you know what I mean? Better. We're better. Like people as well. So I wanted like 20 grand of Scottish money. All right, Dando, how's it going? I'm just saying that I've this morning been scouting to buy prop money. I need to get 20 grand of prop money for this Pip film, and I can only find fucking English prop money, and I can't find any Scottish prop money. But I don't want to get into the whole vibe of trying to counterfeit my own banknotes. Because do you know what I mean? You know me, I'll end up just getting myself into a lot of bother. So I think we'll just need to go for the Sausage Man on our money. But what I found out is there's different rules that you need when you're making or purchasing prop money. It can't be the actual real size of real money. It needs to be about 10% larger. A lot of them won't be printed on both sides. and a big word specimen is over it as well. And you don't have like the cool windows and all of that sort of stuff. So I'm like, I'm kind of sort of weighing it up. But that's what I was up to today, is try to buy 20 grand of fake money off the internet. Bowdy says, my council charge for garden waste, and then they've got the cheek to try and sell you the compost they make from it. Fucking scumbags, man. You sure dog shite is meant to go in your garden waste bin? In the south of Ayrshire, it goes in the green general waste bin. I mean, let me double check. That's maybe why they've not emptied my bin, because I keep filling it with shite. You might be right. Let me double check that. My council charge for garden waste as well. Am I fuck paying for them to dispose of my garden waste? I already pay council tax. See, in the councils that charge you for garden waste, don't those councils have a big problem with fly tipping? With people just fucking their garden waste over a hedge? Because that's what happens when you charge people to remove garden waste. That's what happens. They just fuck it into laybys and canals. So just pick up garden waste, man. See, when I'm King of Scotland, I'll have all of this figured out, by the way. We used to have a garden shredder. It was fucking terrifying, like Shredder out the Turtles. Proper Fargo vibes off it. It seems mad to put it in the garden waste, but if it's hot composted at a facility, then that'll kill even the nasty stuff in dog shite. Aye. Well, I thought dog shite had to be separated just like food, because that goes to a place and then all the chemicals, all the gas or something from it gets used as energy or something like that? Or is that all made up? Steph Makes Us says, I saw Roscoe show on Sunday night just after he'd won the award. Absolutely well deserved. Ah, it's incredible, man. It's absolutely incredible. Let's run to the pub. I'm into a wee shed. I don't think they will accept the fake banknotes, though. Get yourself a compost on the go. It's loads of fun. Mine's steaming hot at the moment. Back on the SSRIs, a couple of years ago, I thought about having a big compost bin and all of that, but I've got too many things happening in my life. I don't want a new project. That would be a project. And I know what you're saying. Oh, it only takes 2 minutes. You can I know, but I'm no doing that. Cowsar says I'm a psycho and so is the wife. All the best, Cowsar. I've been going back to the VOD. It's helped. I really enjoyed that that co-working stream. We'll maybe do more co-working streams. Try buying a pint with that in London. I know, I've been there. It's just anti-Scottish bias. Everywhere you look. Hello Elijah, welcome in. Thanks for chatting in the chat for the first time. How's it going? US dollars look better on screen anyway. Well, we could do Euro, but I think like Royal Bank of Scotland money would be best for the film. But I can't get duplicate Royal Bank of Scotland money for the film. So what I was going to do was maybe do stacks of money, right? And on the top bit of the stack and the bottom bit of the stack is the real banknote. And then on the inside is just duplicates. But then I would need to like make duplicates. Also, if you're making counterfeit money legally, it needs to be 10% larger at least, or smaller than an actual real banknote. So if I was doing the stack system that I said, with the top and the bottom as an actual banknote, then the ones in the middle would need to be 100% scale, which I think would be illegal. So we've got ourselves into a situation. Another strategy would be to just go round everybody that's working on the film and ask for a shot of some money for their bank and just extract it all and have a big stack of cash and use real cash. But I'm not doing that. That just sounds like a fucking stupid idea, doesn't it? We're not doing that. So what I was thinking about doing was buying lots of prop counterfeit money that's the wrong size and just putting those bands round it, you know, as if you've got it for the bank or a cash office or something. And then after the film wraps, try and sell it. But we'll see how it goes. Dando says, I've actually said it's legal tender in a shitty wee shop in Stoke-on-Trent for a rolling link sausage. Fucking joke. Rolling link. I've been in a pub in Basildon in Essex. The guy's like, no, I'm not having it. I was like, you kidding on, man? He's like, no, we're not having it. I'm like, what? And I'm like, well, where's your nearest cash machine? He's like, there ain't one. I'm like, could I use a bank card? He's like, nah. Pints are all sitting there. I'm like, go take my fucking money, but he's like, go take my fucking money, but ready to fucking sleeper the guy, man. Shove it in his mouth. My uncle was there though. He sorted it out. He came and just paid for it with stupid English, stupid money that doesn't have otters on it. Anyway, it's funny how we assume that means anything else, even when the shops can refuse your money for any reason anyway. Aye. They have a big problem with not making up extra ways to charge us more money. I know, it's fucking mental. Big fly tipping problem down here in Essex. Big banknote accepting problem down there in Essex as well. Anyway. Thank you very much for your continued litter picking up in beneath the headphones. Very inspiring. Wee Salmon in a stall in London was absolutely delighted by my Scottish banknote, so that was cute. Aye. I mean, see to be fair to the English, have you ever seen a banknote from like Northern Ireland or something like that? That you're not used to? If you're in Northern Ireland, you don't need to ask that question. But if you ever came across something like that, you're like, whoa, the fuck's that? Whoa. So, I suppose they've just got exactly the same thing. Have I missed good news? No, good news is perpetual. John Atfield, how's it going? Found out yesterday the cinema programmer at a side job is a big fan of your streams. Moi? That's not Jivers, is it? Jivers, I think, is a cinema programmer. Also, John Atfield, for reasons that you will know, it might be useful if I knew who that cinema programmer was, because quite soon we will need to befriend some cinema programmers in order to coax them to program our film in their cinema, maybe. So that's a good contact, John Atfield. But that's cool, man. Getting recognised in the Green Welly service station, and now John Atfield's cinema programmer person knows who I am. Here, I'm going to just get a big ego quite soon. Amazing. Hello, Miss Luxora. Hi all, I love the can't be bothered attitude for that compost. I'm not doing it, I'm not making compost. It's a good idea, all of that, but no. Surely someone who works at STV kens a place that makes prop money. Bally, I don't work at STV, I work at the BBC. It's better, I'm kidding on, it's no better. It's just different, it's a different building. In the past, I have done art department. And so it would be my job to do all this. And in a situation like that, you're just better off buying it. See if somebody online's selling it, you just buy it and you get it in and that's that. And it means that you don't need to do the work, depending on how much it costs. There's a cost benefit. Like if you got that in your life where you could just buy a thing that would fix the problem that you're facing, but instead of buying the thing, you're like, right, well, see if I kind of make my own thing and I spend about 5 weeks making a thing, it's a kind of shittier version than if I just spent 40 quid to buy the actual thing. Anyway, I know it's not something to be proud of, it is up me. You mean like the phone hook? Aye. I really just wanted to buy the phone hooks, but nobody wants to sell them to me. Bowdy says, good news, I've just been handed 2 Korean onion pancakes in kimchi. That sounds class, Bowdy. Ask the people at River City, they'll be giving it away because it's shut down in 12 months. I know. R.I.P. River City. We were thinking about poaching some of the editors for River City. Ross Not From Prince says, you think if the police and law were informed, then you would be allowed to print fake money and then destroy it? I don't know, Ross Not From Friends. I don't know. Also, see in Photoshop and stuff just now, there is technology where if you scan in a £20 note into Photoshop, Photoshop can recognise that and will just kibosh the full operation. It'll be like, nope, you're not doing this. Can't the bank heist be done via wireless transaction? Problem solved. It could, Princey, but it won't look as cinematic. My good news is I've just had a hypnotherapy session and I'm feeling very zen. Well worth it. Interesting beneath the headphones. That sounds cool. You see cash rolled into bobbins in movies a lot these days. Aye, terrible Clint. I was considering that. But I think big fat stacks of cash would be good. So I found you can just go into Amazon, right? Type in prop money. And it is. You can just buy tons of prop money. So if you want to buy 25 grand in prop money, it's 40 quid. Do you know what I mean? So imagine trying to make 25 grand of prop money yourself. That would probably take over a day. It's worth a fannying about, cutting stuff with a guillotine or a craft knife, try to get all the print looking good and all that, making it professional, or you just pay 40 quid and it gets delivered tomorrow. You know what I mean? So certain things, it depends on how many resources you've got for your stuff. Should have just let the pub take the hit on all those poured pints. Aye, Ross, but I wanted my pints. Dando says, I've had that when I worked in a shop, and I did go, whoa, what? Aye. You're like, what the fuck is that? So I do understand. Did you accept the banknote, Dando? Because see, if you didn't, you're just as good as that lot. If you didn't accept that Northern Irish banknote, you're just as good as them, by the way. Rosnut from Friends says, it's lovely novelty when my Scottish relatives would give me Scottish banknotes for my birthday. They're like, aye, we can pop them off on him because we can't sell them or otherwise use them in any other way. Just keep them, put them aside, stick them in that envelope and we'll pop them off. Alright, when you're Scottish relatives, right, sorry, I understood, aye. Aye, good luck spending that. Pursue says, poopy, English money, honking. Yeah, Essex is another word, probably in the Quatermass universe. Happy sun out day, everybody. The sun is out. With the new notes, 20k doesn't look much visually. Aye. So I was thinking about just getting them all in tenors. I could get them in £50 denominations, but then it's only like 2 stacks. But if I get them in tenors, I think it's like 5 stacks or maybe even 10 stacks, which would look like quite a lot of money. But the more stacks you buy, regardless of denomination, costs more. So we'll see how it goes. Getting rid of Channel Islands banknotes was a fucking nightmare. I didn't know the Channel Islands had their own banknotes. That's mad. Aye, the Green Welly station in Crane Larrick. Yes, 100%. Aye, it's the yellow dots, Spouty. It definitely is. There are on banknotes yellow dots in a particular pattern. Can you see them on this one? Maybe Scottish banknotes haven't been featured in anti-banknote technology. I think there's some yellow dots hidden into the otters here. Do you know what I don't like about the new plastic ones? See, when they crease and crinkle, they kind of stay crinkled. You can't really flatten them out once they've got a bit of a crease in them. That's no good. It is, however, impossible to tear them, which is good, because obviously paper notes, you just tear them all the time. So I'm going to try and maybe flatten these out. But if I put them in a book, I will forget that they're in a book. Anyway, these don't need to be flattened, but I had these here so that if somebody drops me like 20 quid on Ko-fi, or well, you have seen this before, haven't you? I'll put this back up here. Stick that one there. And I'll stick this one here. Like that. Sorted. So that's them in position. The Euroing constellation on the Euro banknotes, is that where the counterfeit thing is? Could be done via wire transfer if you have a hacker wearing a black hoodie, typing on an old laptop. I think I'll maybe get Pip to change the script just to make it easier. You have a nice hairline? Go fuck yourself, Dragon Ballers. It's good. It's a good hairline, right? Don't you worry about this. Don't you worry. Don't you attack my hairline. Very defensive, right? Welcome. It is, I'm not taking a piss. You are taking a piss. I would quite like a widow's peak. Do you know what is coming? It's coming. I really want a widow's peak so that I look like a mentalist. You do have a good hairline. I win. They're serious. Really? Really? Well, thank you. Dando will take any opportunity to rip the piss out of me. So either you're being honest there, or you're being very cruel and bamming me up. Like, no, they're being serious. 10:30. I know it. Sorry, I'm choking. Don't be cruel, you lot. My God. No matter how many times I told my old guy neighbour my name, he keeps getting it wrong. Now his pals call me by the wrong name. You need to just lean into it now, don't you? My God. You can literally launder that new money with no effect. Well, what I was going to do was get loads of prop money, and then to all the cast and crew who've worked on the film, just give them a wee memento keepsake thing, and then maybe try and sell the rest on eBay once I'm done with it. Anyway, remember when all notes smelled of the pub? Aye. And now it's rare people use cash nowadays, isn't it? Anyway, a black jacket was a poor choice today. It's quite cold inside. See, because I've usually got all my windows all blocked off in order to help with the light and all of that. Outside's kind of warm, but inside I'm alright. What hair dye do you use? I'll fucking dye you, Satlas. I won't. That sounds like a threat. No, I'm grey. I'm grey and proud. Can you see wee bits of... See? I want to be like Polly Walnuts. Oh, just dropped money. Just be like that. Silver up the side. Or, have you seen the people? I think this is cool, man. Where they've just got like maybe a spot on their head that doesn't produce pigment. So they've got like quite a dramatic white streak. I think that looks really cool. Or, well, it can look really cool. I wouldn't mind some of that. Anyway, anybody else want to give me compliments? Give me compliments. I said give me compliments. Lots of thick hair and a decent hairline. Honestly, I would rip you if I could, but your hair, I can't. Thank you, Dando. I appreciate that. I'm just jealous because I'm a cue ball. Nothing wrong with that. I wish I could shave my head. I've told you this a lot. During lockdown, I wanted to be baldy like Stone Cold Steve Austin. Shaved my head, found big ridges underneath. It's a fucking mess, man. It's just a big lumpy head I've got. So that means I can never go bald. Because it looks mental. Looks as if I've got something wrong with me. You're like, whoa, what the fuck's that? Pure scrot head. So, if ever I do go bald, I'll need to invest in hats. Or maybe start saving up for, you know, turkey hair or something like that. But I think baldness can be cool. Tried to look at Stone Cold Steve Austin, ended up looking at Abdullah the Butcher. And I'm impressed at just how dark your hair is. When is the grey going to take over? You'll look even more intelligent when it comes. We're getting a lot of content out of my hair today. Anyway, single grey hair close-up. It is sort of spattered about. See, in the next 5 years or something, you will see it. You'll see it all happen. And I think these darts here will just go further and further back, man, like that. But, I mean, we'll all find out together, won't we? Excuse me, I came here to brag and you missed it. It's because I'm talking about how good my hairline is, Dando. Right, hold on, wait till I see. You do have a good hairline. Good news, got an interview for a PhD next week, and I can't believe it, just got an email. That's fucking cool, Dando. Congratulations, right? Congratulations, Dando. That's amazing. Is that a PhD in museum stuffs? That sounds brilliant. Well done with your good news. Were you pointing at the greys with your middle finger? Aye, plodder. So I've got a type of pointing that I observed old guys do, right? See, there's a certain type of old guy that kicks about where I live, and if you ask the guys for directions, they won't say, all right, go down there and do that and do that. They do it cooler. They point with their middle finger. Like, what you're about to do, go down there, all that. Do you know what I mean? Seriously, they don't do that. But see if you just want to spice things up, right? Change how you point. Just change how you point. Try it out. See if it works for you. If it does work for you, then you know that's you. You've got options now. If it doesn't work for you, hey, at least you've tried it out. Am I right? So try it out next time you need to point. Everybody down there. Oh yeah. Can also do it that. No, it turns out you can't do it that way. It doesn't feel good. You do it like that, maybe. Try it out. Terry Crews did embrace the ridges, but Terry Crews has got lots of other properties that I don't that makes him look cool. You know what I mean? You need different things going on to like balance the ridges. And I don't. So there he goes. Terry Crews isn't even bald, he shaves. Mental. I don't know how he can get between the ridges then, because I shaved my head and I couldn't get between the ridges. It looked like tiger stripes. You know what I mean? My wee lines of hair. Couldn't like open the ridges to like shave inside. I've started balding at the crown, so I've had to start wearing hats. I'm only 30 turning 31 on Saturday. But you just need to embrace it. Get some hats on the go. Get some hats on the go. Going to cover my hairline because I'm all self-conscious because everybody's talking about it. Basenbury says here, Dando, going to get a real job. That is a real job. AI chatbots and heritage, amazing. Give us a shout if you need to speak to Stone Cold Steve Austin about anything. Deary me. Go with the receding, make it into two horns, kind of like a demonic magician vibe. I'm into it, man. There is a certain type of, I'm into mentalism, right? Which is a type of magic. And all of the mentalists throughout history have got like a widow's peak. Here's Animan to show you Ted Animan. Like how fucking cool this guy. I kind of adopt his pose at the end of the stream. See when I'm doing the magic trick. But look at that vicious widow's peak, man. So mentalists tend to have widow's peaks, tend to have some sort of facial hair. Or who else? Who else have we got? Maybe. Anyway, I'm not going to go through a list of mentalists. We've got photos of Dunninger. This is Dunninger in his later years. And you know what I mean? You can see what was once a widow's peak there. Anyway. So I'd quite like that. As soon as I've got one of them, I will start a stage career. Not going to lie, I'm trying to hold off as much as possible. Basenbury's been there, done that, I hate it. I don't know what you're talking about. It's like when you need to hold up 3 or 4 fingers, much cooler if your palm is facing you. Aye. Beneath Headphone says, have you ever spoken to someone on a fake accent? No. I'm quite an honest person. Anyway. If you use a skull shaver, it'll get between the ridges. Interesting, big scary deer. I blame Dando for my unhealthy obsession with Vietnamese iced coffees. Can't believe I've never tried an iced coffee till last summer. Point with my pinky like Limmy's medium. Aye. That's also good as well. It's good to switch it up. Dan Brown is the exception, although he's more or less entirely bald now, isn't he? But he went through all the facial hair stuff, so he did that bit of it. We're way overdue of another head shaving stream. Well, I'm going to be in Pip's film quite soon, so I need to pay attention to my hair. So I don't think I can shave my head. It's a good look in it, Pursue. I remember mentalists used to describe your psychopal, oh, that guy's a pure mentalist. Yes, I think it came from Alan Partridge, the mentalist patter. But before that, it was all about people who could tell you what card you were thinking of. Could go to Turkey for that? Aye. I still want to get my teeth fixed, but they were quoting me $8,000 to get my teeth straightened. Absolutely go fuck yourselves, man. $8,000? Come on. Behave. So I'm not getting that done. Or I might go to a different place. I knew a lassie who would fake accents. It's wild, isn't it? Do you see that person on that game show who just decided to speak in a Welsh accent? Traitors. She's just like, just panicked, started speaking in a Welsh accent. What's going on there, man? Can we then conclude that guys who aren't losing their hair do not go into mentalism? I think so. I see you. I don't know any mentalists who aren't at least receding. Seems to be patterns. Like a lot of magicians are gay as well. There's something interesting. Sorry, just getting notifications. It was in my bank card expired, but I think it was my old one. Me and Alex were out once, and she was out, was a group of people. Oh, fuck's sake, Dando. Me and Alex were out once, and she was out, was a group of people on the table, sort of infant of us. And I didn't know it was her because she was, all right, the person, right? She was putting on an English accent. Then I went to the toilet and Sarah and Pure run back to Alex like, yeah, that's so-and-so putting on an accent again. Why would folk do that, though? It's like, I mean, remember everybody used to rip that Glasgow uni accent, which is essentially just code switching. So there would be lots of people from maybe a working class background that would go to university, and when they're there, be very aware that, oh my God, there's loads of middle class people here. So they'll kind of like, you know, enunciate their T's and all of that sort of stuff. And eventually that just morphed into like a type of accent that nobody actually really has. And I think it was all built on the shame of no wanting to talk like this. It's interesting, isn't it? My Scottish cringe, Scottish self cringe. So I wonder if she was doing a bit of that or if she was just a head case. Who knows? Is there a canon reason that mentalists have receding hairlines, like the cranial energy getting pumped out burns all the follicles? I'm not too sure, Base and Brace. It would depend who you ask. But I don't know. You've got sort of types of people, don't you? David Blainer's a new TV series. Do you know, I saw the trailer for that. Cranial energy being pumped out. Aye, pure Pinky in the Brain style. Deary me. Receding Mentalist, my favourite metal band. Brand new single from Bad Faith Actors. I used to work in a call centre and a couple of people would put on dodgy English accents on the phone. No idea why, it just happened. I suppose it might get you through the day. You know what I mean? I don't know. I was in America, and I was fucked. I've told this story quite a bit on stream, I think, so I won't give you the long version, but our plane was delayed and all that. We needed help. So I went back to the hotel that we were staying in, and the voice of an angel was heard. And it was a wee woman from Paisley who was working behind the desk at this hotel in Savannah, in Georgia, in America. And I've never been more happy to hear a Scottish accent because I'm thinking, we've got this sort of Scottish connection, she'll help me. And she fucking did. So I went up to the desk, I'm like, listen, we are absolutely fucked. We don't have anywhere to stay, ran out of money, the plane's no happening, what'll I do? She's like, I'll help you. And I'm like, thank you. She's like, right, hold on now. She gets on the phone to phone somebody else. And she's like, yeah, hello, I've got a two, blah, blah. And she was speaking in an American accent on the phone. And she got off the phone. I'm like, that was amazing. How come you're speaking in an American accent? She's like, it's just a lot easier. It's just a lot easier. And I was like, fair enough. And it's because Americans can't understand Scottish accents. And do you know why Americans can't understand Scottish accents? Because Americans have never heard a Scottish person talk, ever, except for Craig Ferguson. You're like, no, there's tons of famous Scottish people on American telly, like who? Like Rowdy Roddy Piper? Like Shrek? Like Groundskeeper Willie? Do you know what I mean? Like that other Michael Myers character? Fat Bastard? Then you're like, no, what about like Drew McIntyre, the WWF Championship? Aye, the guy who fucking talks funny because they told him to quit talking normal because Americans don't understand it. Any Scottish person who gets to any level of success in America, somebody comes in, takes them aside, they're like, stop talking like that. You need to talk stupid now. And they're like, what? You need to start talking stupid because folk can't handle the raw power of the Scottish voice. And if you think about it, it's no bloody wonder that Americans can't understand what they're saying because they haven't been exposed to it. And if people would just take a risk and let us talk normally to Americans, maybe a wee bit confused for a while, but after a minute or so, it'll click and they will understand it. If I can understand The Wire, they can understand what we are saying. But we just need representation and platforming. Thank you very much for coming to my TED Talk. Anyway, Bally, Severance is bloody good, isn't it? Severance is bloody good. It's really good. Anyway. They want to be understood. I get more posh if I'm talking to someone from a different country. Aye. I mean, I'll do the same. If there's a guy who's I'm talking to, feel like Japan or something, he can barely speak English, I'll make an effort to, be as palatable on his ear as I possibly can. I used to rip uni accents, but we had a big chat on stream about it, and I admitted my slagging of it was posh, and it's cause us poor cunts want to try to fit in. Pish. Need to reread that. I used to rip uni accents, but we had a big chat on stream about it, and I admitted my slagging of it was pish, and it's cause us poor cunts want to try to fit in. Aye, but like, the need for that shouldn't be there. You know what I mean? I think it's a solution to a problem that shouldn't exist. This MacBook keeps fixing my writing, by the way. That's why I'm typing like an utter. Okie dokie. Aye, Bally, Severance is good. I'm into it. I've just finished the second season of Severance, so I'm trying not to think about it for a wee while. Carivore says I regrettably had, because it'll be years before the new one comes out. I regrettably had to put in the English accent to get through voice recognition on the phone before. Felt dirty. Aye. Well, that is one thing that's happening recently. The big step in technology is that voice recognition is now beginning to understand Scottish people. However, in saying that, I was speaking away to ChatGPT earlier today, giving her an idea for an app that I had, and look at how it understood what I was trying to tell it. That's not even English. So that's me just chatting to ChatGPT, and it's transcribed it. Gryffindor. And what's strange is, I think that might be Welsh. I think it might be Welsh. And what's strange is, though, it responded as if it did understand what I was saying. So I don't know what the fucking deal is. So I was speaking to it. It was just on the table, and I'm chatting back and forth. I've got this app idea to do with a to-do list or whatever. She's like, yeah, that's great. How about you? And I'm like, aye, cool. What about this feature? She's like, yeah, brilliant. I like that. And then I looked at it after, and everything I said was in Welsh, but she understood and replied accurately. So I don't know what's happening there. I don't know if there's a wee bug in the system. Anyway. But Craig Ferguson, I think, speaks in his authentic accent. Mel Gibson in Braveheart, another good bit of Scottish representation. Groundskeeper Willie's the Apu of Scotland. Didn't they stop doing the Apu character because they were like, this might actually be a wee bit out of order? They did subtitle Trainspotting 100%. If you can understand The Wire, they should understand Taggart. Yes. I think HBO should play episodes of Taggart, and we'll have it all figured out. Dragon Baller says, I'm from America, Wisconsin, just up early. I hope you can understand what I'm saying to you, Dragon. It's like when you listen to heavily accented reggae enough, and all of a sudden the dialect clicks and you understand every word. Like staring at those stereogram posters. Aye. With the hidden ships, it's exactly like that, I see you. You just need parameters. You need to listen to it for long enough, then you get a flavour of the full package, and then from that point on, you get it. Absolutely. Peter Capaldi's doing well as well. But you'll have people like David Tennant, who's Scottish, and they give him a role of Doctor Who. And they're like, David, could you speak with an English accent? And there's no reason. Doctor Who, the character, isn't English. He's fair like fucking, what planet's Doctor Who for? Gryffindor or something like that, isn't he? Also, previous Doctor Who's have been able to speak in a Scottish accent. Gallifrey, aye, Gallifrey, there you go. So why have they told David Tennant not to speak with a Scottish accent? You might be sitting there thinking this isn't a big deal, but it sort of is. Politically, we're trying to strive for our independence, all of that sort of stuff. But if our culture and literally our voice is being eroded anytime it gets near a world stage, if it happened once or twice, you might be like, oh, that's unfortunate. But it happens every single fucking time. Strange. So you might think, well, maybe the Scottish accent is just a bit caustic. Maybe it just doesn't sound good, and so people are trying to, gently tell us, this isn't great. Could you clean it up a bit? But that's wrong, because we know that the Scottish accent is more trustworthy than other accents and is more friendly for the most part than other accents. How do we know this? Because all the companies put their call centres in Scotland for that very reason. The Scottish accent can differentiate more words than an English accent. For example, if you are English, say the following words: paw, like a dog's paw; pour, as in you're pouring some water; poor, as in you've not got any money. Paw, pour, poor. Our fantastic accent can clearly differentiate all those words because they're different words and they mean things. If you tried to say those three words in an English accent, what would you get? Paw, paw, paw. That's what you would get, because the accent isn't as sophisticated as ours. And yet, we're not allowed to use it when we get to a wider audience. It's a lot of fucking shit, man. And I'm keeping an eye on this, right? Voice recognition is still shite for West Coast accents. I remember Google telling us in 2013 or something that it'll learn your voice and become better over time. Voice recognition for me has got a lot better in the past 2 or 3 years, 100%. $11. Oscillating Todger says, much love from little old England down here. Sorry for all this. I know, mate, I know. But what can you do, What can you do? We're used to it. We're used to it. And this is why, when we try and pay for something with a banknote that you don't recognise, this is why sometimes we go fucking tonto, right? Because this has been at the back of our minds for decades. So I'm just telling you. Dearie me. Big Scary Deer says, I don't mind Scottish people being subtitled if it means they can speak normally. I'm all for it. Somehow Pierce Brosnan, a native Irishman, managed to have an appalling Irish accent in his latest project. I wonder if he's just been away for too long that it's all sort of changed. Who was it I was watching recently? Brian Cox was on an interview for something he was doing, and his accent was a fucking mess, man. But I think that's maybe just because he's now been living in LA for longer than he lived in Scotland. I find David Tennant's real accent absolutely revolting. I maybe might agree with you, to be fair there. Capaldi was a Doctor Who mega fan. Aye, they let Capaldi speak Scottish, didn't they? What accents does Alex Kapranos have? Seems to have changed. I'm not too sure. Have I spoke to Alex? I haven't. 27 Club, how you doing? Welcome in, man. Top call centre accent. Fact, it is because it's better. Remember the woman claiming Christopher Walken's weird accent was because his mum was Scottish? I do. Christopher Walken's ma's for Easterhouse. Sorry. Christopher Walken's mother is from Easterhouse. In case you didn't understand what I was saying there. But literally, his ma's for Easterhouse. But try that paw, pour, and poor. And unless you're Scottish, I bet your accent just merges all of them together. Anyway. I swear this discussion on Scottish representation on TV happens at least once a month. Aye, on this stream. Aye. It's because I'm pissed off. Anyway. According to Google, Jay Leno, Jennifer Aniston and George Bush are all Scottish, so your point is invalid. They people are not Scottish. Are they Scottish in the same way that Donald Trump thinks that he's Scottish? Angus Lenny as Storr in Doctor Who, the Ice Warriors, was the only authentic one I can think of, and maybe the brief appearance of an actual Scottish speaking actor to play Jamie in one section of the story. Cool. I'm not very well versed in Doctor Who myself, I'm going to be honest. And then, I forget the guy's name, but he's Glaswegian, isn't he? The newer Doctor Who in Kuta, I forget his surname, and I don't think I've said his first name right, I've only seen it written down. I haven't watched any of that Doctor Who, but does he speak in a Scottish accent? Does he speak in a Scottish accent off stream? I think he's for Glasgow, but I might be wrong. Hello Aditya, welcome in, how's it going? I'm not anti-English, some of my best friends were English, hee. That's a wee bit of a joke, but also true. Well, there you go. Well, then maybe you shouldn't be living here! Black Squadron represent. Anyway. Have you seen this Spanish startup company that has used AI to map human emotion? It can determine the emotional state of individuals or entire stadiums of people, and it's already been used by governments. Dystopia much? Bobadook, I haven't seen that. However, I saw something very similar about 10 years ago, just using computer vision. OpenCV and processing could determine roughly, although it wouldn't be as accurate as this, roughly what somebody's feeling. And it's only going to be a matter of time before this is used in advertisements, right? I think media in the future will be, you're watching a screen and there's a camera watching you, and they're studying every single micro expression that you're making when you're watching something, when you're watching an advert or whatever. And so without you even knowing, they are tracking what you like, what your interests are. There's even technology just with a standard video camera nowadays that can look at how much blood is going into your face. So if you're watching something that's quite exciting or tantalizing, they can detect how affected you are by watching that, by looking at like a temporal shift and how flush your face gets. On top of that, you've got eye contact, emotional cues and all of that sort of stuff. So I reckon in the future, all of that data will be logged and will be used to feed us more ads and more content that we find irresistible to move away from. And I think TikTok might already be doing that. See, when you're browsing TikTok just now, I think that might be looking at you, looking at it, but it's maybe a wee bit of a conspiracy theory. I don't really have any evidence. Can we get a shot of the Brewdog CEO Scottish accent? We maybe could. What's his fucking name again? James Watt. How good is it that when you type in James Watt, the original actual James Watt comes up before the Brewdog cunt? That's really good. That's really good. And in order to reward Google, I'm going to click on the Wikipedia of actual James Watt. So that's good. Because we can't have this Brewdog cunt getting ahead of actual James Watt. But then in a new tab, I'm going to type in Brewdog cunt. See, if you type in Brewdog cunt into Google, it comes up, man. Anyway. I maybe won't show him on stream. Because he'll get all my jimmies rustled. OMG, you're Scottish? I too have a family from Dublin. Jesus Christ. I really like Nkuti's Doctor in accent. I haven't seen it. Is he in? Does he speak in Scotch? Do you dream in Scotch? Anyway. Points to the AI camera himself, stressed and a bit maddy. Eye checks out. I think that's what's going to happen. As long as it's only tracking the blood going into my face. Ho, 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 Ross. Ho, 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 ho. The driver monitoring tech in cars with cameras watching you is nightmarish. I haven't been in one of the automated cars or anything like that. But it's weird. Everyone's getting a bit weird and mental. A guy on YouTube demonstrated with infrared camera how phones were scanning your face constantly, and that was an old phone. Aye. Yep. You can see it on my Ring doorbell, right? I shouldn't have told you what brand of doorbell I've got. Ah, well. But because it's an infrared camera, I was walking to the door in the dark and I was just looking on my phone like that as I'm coming through my front door. And I happened to look at that video clip, and every sort of 2 or 3 seconds it's just flashing my face with infrared stuff. So what's it doing with that data? So I think a big part of it is, see when my phone is unlocked, right? If I don't look at it for 10 seconds or so, or whatever it is, it will eventually lock, I think. So let's see how long it takes until this locks. Let's put it down. However, in fact, I'm looking at it to see if it's locking, which will keep it open. However, if you're reading the phone and looking at it, and if it knows you're looking at it, then it won't lock. So it might just be something as innocent as that. Or they might be fucking spying on my face. I don't know. Anyway. Counterfactual, dash cams have reduced fraud immensely. I think dash cams are a good thing. Definitely. Dash cams are great. I was telling my dad to get a dash cam after using Rachel's for a bit. Talking of Black Squadron, Adam and Joe's deconstruction of R. Kelly's Trapped in the Closet musical soap opera remains in my head forever. It was very good. Here, I tell this quite often, but for anybody who's a fan of Adam and Joe, do you remember the Right and Wrong song? This is a song about right and wrong. Doodle-a-ding-a-ding, doodle-and-doom. Is it right to die? It's wrong! Doodle-a-doom. Anyway, the Adam and Joe's Right and Wrong song, emailing in a song suggestion to XFM, or was it the BBC? I think it was the BBC podcast back in the day. I'm James for Glasgow. So you can thank me for the genesis of that, the Right and Wrong song on Adam and Joe's Song Wars. Anyway, I had a Twitch ad for some luggage backed by this ball bag. Immediately turned me off it. I don't like looking at him or thinking about him. He's horrible. Is anybody getting any Twitch ads for joining the military or the Navy or anything like that? Apparently they were cropping up. So if you're getting any ads telling you to join the Navy, don't join the Navy. Just here to counteract that. Anyway. I think we can maybe go a wee walk. Will we maybe go a wee walk? Not sure I'm qualified to analyse Cooties' accent, only living up here for a year and a half. I just haven't seen I haven't seen him talk, and I haven't seen him in Doctor Who or anything like that. We saw a wee infrared flash in the camera there. Really? That's quite interesting. Don't know. Brewdog Cunt is from Ellen in Aberdeenshire. He's Elon Musk. That's funny, Powho. He said he was wanting to get into politics and all that. That's the worst idea I've ever heard in my life. North US fishing boat. Most of Europe is recruiting for armed forces just now due to America. It's all scary, isn't it? See, whenever they start recruiting for the military, you know the sort of doom is on the horizon. It's fucked, man. I used to get a ton of them. I was born in Dundee, but I was made in the RAF bollocks, I see. I get ads for Depends, so I guess I piss myself. Well, maybe you can do the Depends, and then other people can go and do all the fighting. But I don't know. We'll see where it goes. Listen, though, don't think about the impending wars that are coming, right? Don't think about the erosion of Scottish voices and culture and all of that sort of stuff, because, right, everybody, it's a nice day outside. It is quite a nice day outside. So here's what I was thinking about doing, right? How does this grab you? How's about, in fact, when I'm talking about this, I can have my phone charging. 2 wee seconds. I've got a reveal, right? See all this time? You might not know I've known this, right? But all this time, I'm wearing my autism trousers, look. Look at these. Eh? So, I was thinking about heading outside, showing these bastards off. Certified autism drip, 100%. I'm not making fun of autistic people. I am myself autistic. Well, I'm making fun of autistic people, but I'm allowed to because I'm actually autistic. Just if anybody thinks that, you know, I'm trying to be edgy or something like that. So we could maybe have a wee walk outside, and we could go into the woods or something like that because it is quite a nice day. So what I'm thinking is though, if I do go out and go a wee walk, you will then know where I live. And we can't have that because of the aforementioned mentalists for earlier, not Dunninger, you know what I'm talking about. So maybe I'll leave it a sort of 15 minutes or something like that, and then I come back on stream, out and about. We can go a wee walk. What I will say though is the last couple of times that I've tried to do this, the phone connection has just shot itself and it hasn't worked very well. So I don't know if we should or if we shouldn't. Anyway, anyone who voluntarily puts himself forward to be a politician should be barred for life. I agree, Peacock. They should do it like a lottery. Same with the monarchy. Just change it every couple of years. Just do a big lottery. Wonder what Trump and Vance's opinion about having to draft. It'll be happening here in the US. Be eating their words. We'll all forget. I think they'll just get away with it. I feel like I'm too old to get blown apart by a drone on a remote European plane, but I'm not liking the thought of my kids being drafted in a few years. I don't have kids, and that's my way of dealing with it. Can you take a moment and educate people on the difference between patriotism and nationalism? Aye. So, nationalism, this is why I get annoyed when people call the SNP nationalists. Because typically, nationalism is the belief that the people from your country are better people purely for the fact that they come from your country, right? And that's a dangerous belief because it can lead to bigotry and violence and hate and irrational thought and all of that sort of stuff. So if somebody's a nationalist, think like the BNP, British nationalists, all of that sort of stuff. The Nazi party were nationalists, right? That's nationalism. Whereas patriotism, I believe, is just having like a fondness for your country. And I think that's the difference between patriotism and nationalism. However, that has been very confused whenever you hear of people talk about the SNP in the media. Depending on what side the media is on, they will continue to call them nationalists, Scottish nationalists. And that isn't cool because words mean things, don't they? But anyway. Where do you source your autism trousers, please? Amazon. Got them on Amazon. Hello, Fluffy. How's it going? I had the first part of an autism assessment yesterday, and there was no mention of the trousers, so I'm doubting their validity. You get them through the post back on the SSRIs. You get a wee card, and you get a copy of Sonic 1 for the Mega Drive, and you get a pair of these trousers. It might take a wee while to get to you. Look at this trousered motherfucker right here, 100%. Hello, Chicken Chaser, welcome in. Especially now we know you have a Ring doorbell, easy to find. Aye, aye. Enjoy the sun, just be careful if a small breeze rose and your pants might blow away. No, they're fairly solid. See, when I'm walking about, I'm like a dazzle ship. You know what I mean? Dogs get scared and stuff like that because of the intense pattern on my trousers. The danger with Americans using the draft is it may just scatter them all over the show and they may just stay and never come back to America. That would be interesting. Who knows what the world's going to happen in the next wee while. I posted a class video on cool stuff found online from Betamax Warrior to the Brewdog Dead-Eyed Piss Chimp. Oh, aye. I remember that, Mad McMahon. Betamax Warrior, are you in just now? Anyway. The name SNP is just the Scotland Party merged with the National Party. So it became the Scottish National Party, not the Scottish Nationalist Party. Those 3 letters mean a big difference. I'm not necessarily a big fan of the SNP myself, right? I do definitely support independence and stuff, and I think they are the best route to get there, although we all kind of fucked it now, haven't we? But like, if you are a fan or if you're not a fan of the SNP, you should still be aware of people using the word nationalist maliciously. Anyway, bang on. And if you look at what Trump's doing, you're a supporter, you're a nationalist, not a patriot. Aye, it's fucked, isn't it? Without travel, it's hard to get outside your bubble. Most of the US never gets outside 100 miles from their home. Well, what I was hoping for was the internet would provide a bridge for people to communicate and exchange ideas and stuff like that. But unfortunately, the way that it's ended up, it's just built echo chambers and has done the opposite of what it could have done, which is a wee shame. But who knows, man? I might have mentioned this, but did you know the SNESes are speeding up, running about a second quicker than when it was first released? Really, Carivore? I did not know that. Why is that happening? Is it down to dodgy capacitors or something? That's quite interesting. What else could that be? I mean, some games, if you play Sonic 1 on a Mega Drive in Europe, it runs at 50 hertz, but if you play it in America, it runs at 60 hertz, and you can hear a difference in the audio, and when you're playing it, it's a lot faster. Sonic is faster in America, Sonic 1 anyway. But I didn't know SNESes are speeding up because of the age of them. And when you say a second quicker, like over what length of time? That's exciting. Anyway. Sorry if I've riled yous all up. Yous are all talking about Fox News and the Green Party and murder. I'm very sorry if I've riled yous all up. The SNES thing is dead weird. Is it to do with the timing crystals? Capacitors in the timing circuit? Interesting. That's the first I've heard it. It's cool though. Cool wee thing, you know. Ian says, as someone that lives in the US, the problem isn't the people, as with most situations, it's the government. For those patriotic Scottish people, you don't hate the English, you hate the government. Aye. 100%. The government and giant corporations. Giant corporations with corporate personhood are fucking stuff up, man. And anyway. Sorry, I'm boring myself. I'm not saying anything that you couldn't hear elsewhere expressed a lot better. The sun is out today, so let's try and push down all of the bad factual thoughts, right? Just push them right into our belly, fucking calcify that, and just hold it as like a wee painful bit that you ignore, and we will enjoy the sun. Do you want to do that? Do I need to show you the autism trousers again? Big fire at the back of Airdrie? Really? Whereabouts? Did you see the Loudon Tavern went on fire recently as well? That's a wee shame. Big fire in town. Anyway. Can't remember exactly, but you mentioned on a Mega Drive. Aye, I was talking about Sonic 1. Anyway. I think it's just the audio chip. No, in Sonic 1, the game plays differently. Sonic 2 and 3, they fixed it. We could be outside chopping all jobbies in the sun, but here we are. Anyway. Shall we go outside? Oh, Carivore's posted the SNES explanation. I'm going to keep that.
This Nintendo
right? And we'll maybe watch that later on stream. We should go outside. We should touch some grass. For Carnoustie. Big fire in Cumbernauld and all. What's the deal with the big fires? Do you think it's just because it's a hot day? Right, well, guess what, everybody? I'm going to go off stream, okay? Is this alright if I do this? I'm going to go off stream. Nah, bastard, because This won't work. What I was going to do was go off stream and then come back on about 3:30, and by that point I will be out in the wilderness. I'll be in the woods and we'll be walking about and we'll have a fun time. However, I can't do that because Twitch will only send go live notifications every 4.5 hours. So if I quit this stream and go a walk, go outside, nobody will get a notification for it. And I'll be streaming to like 3 folk. Fluffy and Rye3D and maybe Kate. And all the rest of you will have fucked off. So, as fun as that does sound, let me just think out loud here. Let me think out loud. Could do a Discord notification, but they people aren't in. Terrible Clint says I never get notifications. Just stuff is in the pocket until you're free and clear. I could do. I need to put shoes on. Let's figure it out. Hello, Mike Almond. How you doing? How's everything going? Poor Rye3D's working these days. Oh, I'm fucked without Rye3D. See, even if I don't have Rye3D, what have I got, man? Right, I think I need to pop these in your pocket, and you better not be listening for how many footsteps it takes for me to get places in order to triangulate my location. Deary me. Aye, right, let's do that. I've still got a really sore neck down here. Awful, man. Okay, so what do I need to do to get ready? Do I really want to go outside alone with my autism trousers on? That's a bit mental. But I don't think I've got other trousers available for use. I need to put my shoes on, need to put socks on, need to get the dogs inside. I'm not taking a dog with me. It's a bit too hot for them. And I have got a gimbal, so we could do that. Normalise autism trousers outside, normalise comfort. I could do, but you know as well as I do, the world isn't ready for my snazzy legs. Did you stick on some shorts? I had a wee look for shorts earlier, Base and Brace, but I couldn't find any. But then I went outside for a wee... I was sitting outside for a wee bit today, just in a t-shirt. And I tell you what, as good as the sun was and stuff like that, was a wee bit chilly because there is a breeze. The breeze is just a bit too loud for my liking. So I might go out with like this overcoat thing on. What about a bike fixing stream? No. I used to be a bike fixer, but see with this bike that I've got, I just want to give it to a guy and have them do it. I don't want to fix that. It's more to do with like cleaning and all that sort of stuff. I'd rather just put my bike into a bike place. But like, could I get the works, please? I don't enjoy fixing bikes because it ends up lasting weeks, man. Like, all right, I need to order that bit. And how do footery bits in there, all of that? I'd rather hand it over to a professional. I don't particularly enjoy it. I wear harem pants everywhere. They're so comfortable. Wear what you want. I don't know. I think, was it B. Dolan that says that I'm verging on cultural appropriation? And when B. Dolan says that to you, you're like, ah, right. Aye, right, fair enough. I don't think he did, actually. I think he was ripping the piss. If you've no shorts in April, you've no washed your shorts since last year. I just couldn't find them. See, like my seasonal clothes, I'll put them away, and then when the season comes back around, I just don't know where they are. Take a backpack to put your jacket in if needed. Right. Well, we all go and get ready. We'll all go and get ready. Right. Let's get this out. Okie dokie. Here we go. Supposed to be in a works meeting on Microsoft Teams right now, but today isn't a day that I'm in, so I'm no on the meeting. Let's go to Epoch Cam, isn't it? Epoch Cam Pro. When this loads, I'll take it. We'll probably encounter a couple of wee dogs as well, for anybody that's wanting to see some wee doggies. Oh, unfortunately though, I don't have a phone to see the Twitch chat. I'll figure some out, man. Did I dingy you, Carnivore? I had my jacket on, was roasting the way home. I see. Right. Let's just watch me get ready. Let's do that. That'll be a good thing to do. And hopefully, if a bubble blast happens... Oh, I'm dinging work. No, I'm not dinging work. They're just no paying. If I was scheduled to be in today, I would be in the meeting. But I'm not scheduled to be in today. So if I don't get paid, I'm making my money elsewhere. Specifically right here live at twitch.tv/1030. Better the colourful baggy autism trouser than the stuffed pockets camouflage autism trouser? Yes. Look at these boys, man. Look at these knees. Okay, so what I would like to do is stick on... well, where's my big backpack? So I've got a big backpack. Here it is. And I've got cool shit in this backpack, right? So one we will observe all of this sort of stuff. Oh, let's see what we've got in here. So this is kind of like my production backpack. And all of this stuff was charged up for the location scouting with Cade and Scroobius Pip recently. However, there's like a wee clip bit, and the wee clip bit I think was elsewhere. I don't think I put it in here, and it was sitting out. And now what I think has happened is I've since maybe lost the wee clip bit. Oh, I stole loads of hankies. Let's put them there. That's my battery. That's some heartburn tablets. But this bit here has got a clip section that goes onto that, and then your phone clips into it. And I need to do a big tidy to find that, because that bit is required for making the full thing work. And I did have it handy, and now I don't really know where it's went to. So that's cool, isn't it? I'm sure I put it somewhere safe. But where that is, not entirely sure. So I think that means that we don't go outside with a gimbal, and we just do it handheld. We do it old school handheld, right? However, I have found the battery just there, so we will use the battery, because the battery means that I can stream for longer. So I will put this battery in the pocket of my autism trousers, right? Meanwhile, I'm looking about for the clip bit. Can I see the clip bit? Right, Rhinoceros, I think I'm going to go a wee walk. Trousers like a lottery winner's couch. I think I'm going to go a wee walk. Don't put it down, put it away. Aye, you're right. But I failed to pay attention to that. But later on tonight, I will find the wee clip bit, and I'll put it in the bit that it should be in. But for today, we can't use the thing that I've charged up. Although, I might have just a wee look in the living room and see if I can find the clip bit. Might as well go and do that. Also, I think it would be worth going up the loft. Hiya, wee doggy. Who's this wee doggy right here? How you doing, missies? Oh, you get wee stretchy legs? Yes. You wee cutie pie? Pepper, are you the people's princess? Oh, you're the people's princess, aren't you? Yeah, wee cutie pie. Oh, you doing stretches? Yes. Oh, she's a wee girly, aren't you? Yes. Pepper, you can't go on my knee, because I'm not sitting down, so unfortunately you can't go on my knee. But you're a good girl, aren't you? You're a good girl, you're wagging that tail because I'm calling you a good girl? Oh, ho, ho, ho. Ah, you could just sit there, that's almost like being on my knee, isn't it? Yeah, wee girl. Yes. That's Pepper. Let's have a wee look and see if... Got a funny feeling my clip bit's in here. Nah, it's not. If it isn't through here, it might be through here. And my phone might just disconnect for the internet. I fancy going a wee walk. Get out of the house. Anyway, no idea where the clip bit is. Let's head upstairs. We will give up in the clip bit, but ouch. What I really need is a mobile phone that I can strap to my wrist. And that means I can see the Twitch chat, because right now, no idea. No idea what the Twitch... And streaming, like a big part of it is listening to all your fish. So I do kind of need to know. Oh, all of this is all messed up again. Look at all of this. Oh, I've been meaning to show you this. So here is the prize door, you know, for my escape room puzzle. So I've installed a maglock here, and I've installed, there's a switch, like a micro switch, that recognises when this door is closed. And that's all working good. So quite soon, maybe even tomorrow, I will do a stream, maybe even tonight, I don't know. I will do a stream live from the escape room place when I'm wiring all of that in. That might be a good thing to do. But I'll figure that out later on. Why am I here? Because I thought there was a phone sitting here getting charged up, and it isn't. So there we go. Right, anyway, I don't really need to be here if that phone isn't here. Let's head back downstairs. Okie dokie. Right, I'm just surveying things that I might need to go a wee walk. And the clip bit isn't up here either. I wonder where that clip bit went. I've seen it recently. Freddy! Right, we need to get the dogs in. Nah, couldn't tell you. There we go. Need to put socks on. Hey wee girlie, alright? Oh ho ho! Hey wee girlie, wee cute. People's princess. Right, yous don't get to see my bedroom, so I'll show you just the ceiling. See? Oh. Stick some socks on. And some shoes. Put my socks and shoes. I'm going to winter. Pepper knee, I'm putting my shoes on. Anytime there's a knee available, she'll way on top of that knee. Pepper loves a knee, don't you? Oh, you love a knee. You wee girlie? Yes. Right, I will see you later. Pepper, don't rub yourself on the wall. You up to? I'm putting my socks and shoes on, folks. I know you can't quite see what I'm up to, but I am doing that. So I wonder where the clip bit went. That's quite annoying. Because I'm sure I put it in that bag. I wonder if it's maybe in Scroobius Pips's car boot. But I think we're going to go a walk, and we're going to maybe have a look at the a waterfall. Do you want to do that? We could walk to a waterfall. I think we could do that. Look over here, look for the clip bit. No clip bit. I wonder if I could buy a new clip if I have lost this. I mean, it's only been a few days since I last saw it, but I wonder if I wonder if you can buy the magnetic clip for the DJI something gimbal. Is it the Osmo that I've got? I forget. DJI Pocket. But I mean, I do have the, but surely you can buy a replacement for a wee bit that's quite easy to lose. Anyway, I think I'll come in here and we'll do a handover of the stream. Oh, and then that means that the chat will show up on my phone. And that'll be wonderful. So do you fancy that then? Do you fancy we'll go a wee walk? If you're into it. Oh, sore neck. Location scout, producer, prop master, actor, so many credits, 100%. Deary me. Let me see if I've missed anything in chat. See if I've missed anything in chat. Princess is looking forward to feasting on her poo when you're out the door. Nice haircut. She does have a nice wee haircut. I like the circle mirror. It's cool, isn't it? Is that where you keep the other Bart? I don't get the reference. Right. But we're off to give tragic news on April Fool's Day. It would be, wouldn't it? Okie dokie. First day back after a week off, fucking bit by a dog again. Jesus Christ, Steph Joe, is it bad? How bad is it? My goodness. Probably flogging it for pastry money. You know what he's like, man. Okie dokie. I remember seeing that wee clip bit and I opened a thing in a bag and pushed it in and closed the bit. So I wonder if I've put it in my laptop bag instead. I know where my laptop bag is. Right, let's just take 2 wee seconds to see if I can find it. This takes ages to reconnect. I hate Elgato, man. Right. Epoch. There we go. Connect. There we go. And then every time I need to go in and reset this. Right, let's go and have a quick look for the clip bit. And if we do find the clip bit, it just means when I'm out and about, the video you see will be nice and smooth. So maybe in here. So I need to get Fred. And then I think I'm good to go in just a wee second. Two wee minutes, I'm rummaging in a bag. No clip bit. Nah. Ah well, I'll find it later. Right, it's time to go. It's time to go. One will just go. Do you know what's going to happen? As soon as I come back inside, I'll find the clip bit. Get my pal inside, let's go. Get my buddy. There he's there, man, on the mat. Good boy. Oh, you lying down there getting your feet cleaned up. Oh, get your feet cleaned up. So, here's the deal. Freddie's been outside. Are you all hot, man? You're all hot and panty. And Freddie brings in his mucky paws. So you'll see lots of muck here. This was mopped yesterday, wasn't it, Freddie? And you've already, that's exactly where your paws goes, where all that muck is. Because Freddie doesn't like getting his paws cleaned, don't you know? You don't like it? You find it embarrassing and degrading, don't you, pa, getting your paws cleaned? So you going to growl at me when I clean your paws? Yeah, okay, well, yeah, growling at me. Oh, do you know, they're actually alright. They're actually quite clean. So I don't think we need to do too much. Will I clean the front paws? Can I get access to those front paws, please? You're not giving me access to them, bro. Not giving me access to the front paws, bro. Do I need to go around this side? I need to go around this side to get access to the front paw. Oh, I know. Oh, I know. Can I get to them, though? Can I get to them? Right. Aye, that's not. And then the last one. Oh, big tummy tickles. And then that's you all clean. All done. Bite your business. Let's go. Good boy, man. Good boy. So that there is a battle that we need to do multiple times a day. Right, 2 wee seconds. And there's a big bee, man. Big fucking bee. Big bee. Right, out the window, Mr. B. No, that's the wrong. Stupid bastard. Freddy, there's a bee, Freddy. Don't you eat him. Freddy, don't eat the bee. Look, out the... Just come out. Honestly, like Mr. Bean. Right, come on. Where are you? I'm hunting a bee. Freddy, any use here, Freddy? So what I'm going to do is try and usher the bee out using a recipe card. Freddy, you're standing right in the bit where I need to be to get the bee. Freddy, you're not helping. I'll move these bananas out the way. And there we go, the bee's away. Right, you want peanut butter? Oh, God. Right, so the bee is now outside. Is that a terrible point-and-click adventure game? The bee is now outside. The doggies are inside. I've just promised a dog some peanut butter. So we need to give him that. But you can't give one dog peanut butter without giving the other dog peanut butter. So I'll give you a wee bit of peanut butter over here. And then... Freddy, come! I'll put that in there. They're happy. Close the bedroom door. Come over here. And then I will switch from my mainstream to a phone stream. But before I do that, I will get a phone charger. Oh, it's all go. Oh, it's all go. So we're about to head outside just now. Did you see the bee? Oh, we've got a dog in the sacred forbidden room. Hi, Freddy, you alright there? So what I'm going to do is plug this in. And then plug this in. Yeah, good boy, man. And then what we can do is view Twitch on here. And basically I'm going to just stream directly from my phone when we're going out. So stream IRL. And what happens if I just go live right now? What happens if I just press go live here, even though I'm already live over here? You know what I mean? Let's see. Well, thank you very much. The Salt, how's it going, The Salt? Thank you very much for that bubble blast. Welcome in, The Salt's viewers. Listen, if you've just joined, we're going to go a walk because today it's sunny in Scotland. And here's the deal, man. It is never, ever sunny in Scotland. So I'm going to make the most of it and we're going to go a nice fun walk outside. How does that sound? Hello, Picklebee. Welcome in. How's it going? Hello, Get Lost Nat. Welcome in. How you doing? And thank you very much, The Salt. Listen, everybody, if you're not already following The Salt, please do follow The Salt. Piggleby says, I need to know where you get these trousers, James. These are the next big thing and I need it. Amazon. There's different flavours of the trousers on Amazon. I don't know what they're called. Gonna no dox yourself though. I'm gonna try, Pickleby. So here it is. I'm gonna try a handover from streaming on my computer to streaming on my phone, and I'm going to try and make it seamless as possible, right? But you might need to refresh the stream in a wee second. So if I press this button here, boop, will it say that I'm live? Failed to broadcast. So what I need to do is cancel this broadcast. Fred's lying under my desk and I've just felt him put his head on my foot like that. I've got the weight of the head of a dog on my foot. It's unmistakably exactly what's happening. They're called autism trousers. Well, I call them autism trousers. The Salt, how's it going? Good day, mate. Good day, chat. My internet died, so I brought everyone here's chillest zone around. Amazing. Well, it's going to be even chiller. So, please, everybody, stay where you are. If you're watching on like Google Chromecast or something like that, in about 15 seconds, you will probably need to reactivate the stream because I'm switching over from streaming from my computer to streaming on my phone. So you might need to refresh in just a wee second. In order to make this happen, I need to stop streaming, which I'm going to do right now, and then 10 seconds later, I'm going to start streaming from my phone. Okay, so you need to do your bit, right? And then once all of this has happened, we will go a walk.